So like they were presented an award for finding the most oxygen. So if this is the most oxygen producing organism, could we just like chill in a tank of water with this thing and not breathe?
I think so. I've always been told I'm full of hot air.
Yeah. So, okay.
Can we like breed a bunch of these things so there's a whole bunch of them, and like then we don't have to worry about having so many trees?
Right. Yes. Then we can cut down the entire rainforest.
Okay, let's stop. No one's cutting. Hopefully, no one's cutting down the rainforest.
In all seriousness.
Welcome to Mosaic Minds, the podcast where every episode is a colorful blend of perspectives, ideas, and conversations. Each week, our diverse team of hosts brings their unique backgrounds, experiences, and interests to the table. Mosaic Minds is your invitation to join the conversation to see the world through a kaleidoscope of viewpoints. So grab a seat, tune in, and let the mosaic unfold before you.
Well, it's cold. It's February in the Midwest. Of course, I'm always freezing.
All right. Welcome to Mosaic Minds podcast. We're going to do it a little bit differently today and hang out on the couch, make it a little bit more casual and laid back due to our topic. So our topic today is going to be, we're basically just going to be making fun of different social media posts and news stories and things like that. So I am here with the beautiful Crystal Robertson and the other beautiful Jason Yoakum. And then, of course, the most beautiful Nick Williams. Now, for people that are watching on TikTok live, I tried to set up the live studio, but apparently my graphics card is trash. So that didn't work out. So you won't be able to see what we're looking at, but you can kind of get a gist with, just the conversation.
If you subscribe to us on YouTube, you'll be able to see it there.
That's right. And what is that YouTube address, Crystal?
I have no idea.
It is it is youtube.com/the @Mosaic MOSAIC .minds MINDS.podcast. That's right. And I knew it.
Well, I hope so. You set it up.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and while we're sitting here, also, if you're watching on YouTube, if you could click on subscribe and like the show, and then also the little bell, click on that. And that'll give you notifications and whatnot. And then if you're listening on one of the podcast platforms like I just drew a blank. I was gonna say Spotify. like a Spotify or iHeartRadio or Apple Podcasts, especially Apple Podcasts. If you could give us a 5-star review and put a little bit of writing after it, then as I've said before, Jason will let Crystal tattoo your name on his forehead. All right. Yes. Okay, so
He's joking. I won't tattoo a face, I promise.
I'm going to start with one of Crystal's that she came up with, that she found here. So I'm going to pan it over here, and then I'm going to let her explain it.
So in the local Brownsburg Facebook group, somebody decided to make a post just joking around. And they're like, hey, to the guy on Grant Street, like, your curtains are open and I can see you naked walking around inside. And so people were commenting, and of course women were like asking about if he was hot and worth looking at. And then she like made a comment about how it was like her 5th time driving up and down the road. And then a little while later, a guy made a post, and he was saying that he had just moved to Brownsburg and he wasn't really sure about it because it was kind of creepy because some woman was looking through his window while he was naked, just trying to get a good laugh. And then, so this was the first name of the person who made the first post was Ellen, and then Travis made the second post. And then someone made a third post a little while later saying that Ellen and Travis need to meet. And I agree.
All right, yeah. So Ellen or Alan?
Ellen.
Okay. So Ellen and Travis, if you're out there, we would love to facilitate a hookup, or well, maybe not hookup, but like, it could be something nice and romantic.
If either of you are married, I'm so sorry. No disrespect.
Man, I should start leaving my blinds open, because like in the mornings especially, like I am jogging up and down the stairs naked, singing.
Is that how you meet people these days? Like the dating apps aren't working anymore, so just open your blinds.
Yeah, right? In fact, that should be a dating app. Open your blinds.
You know what? You should just drive down the road and start screaming "I love you" out the window and see what sticks.
Is that not normal? I do that anyway. Is that not normal?
I mean, has it worked yet?
What do you think, Jason? Is that normal?
I'm not sure. I was in Karma Records back in the mid 90s.
Karma, yes.
Yeah, and I saw a CD. It was the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
Good band. One hit wonder, in my opinion.
No, they had several hits.
Okay.
I
3 hit wonder. I'm sorry.
I like the one where they're like.
What was that?
Just make you say underwear.
I don't remember that one.
All right. Anyway, now let's move on to one of Jason's stories. Jason, you want to talk about the oxygen-producing organism?
Yeah, so what was really weird is I was doing a little research, trying to be somewhat prepared, and I ran into a story, the most oxygen-producing organism somewhere in Switzerland. Somebody had discovered this, and they were awarded an award, and there was an award ceremony and a formal gathering of people celebrating this accomplishment. So in today's world that we live in, that is important, with the pollution and things, but I just thought it was a very odd award. I just wonder what that award section would look like.
They were presented an award for finding the most oxygen. So if this is the most oxygen producing organism, could we just chill in a tank of water with this thing and not breathe?
I think so. I've always been told I'm full of hot air.
Yeah. So, okay.
Can we breed a bunch of these things so there's a whole bunch of them, and then we don't have to worry about having so many trees?
Right. Yes. Then we can cut down the entire rainforest.
Okay, let's stop. Hopefully, no one's cutting down the rainforest.
In all seriousness, in today's sports world, I think the hyperbaric chambers is very oxygenated, so it actually allows you to recover faster. Like if you're a runner or a football player, it allows you to heal faster.
Right.
So I think that's probably why this was an important discovery. However, I couldn't imagine, is this a sold-out event? Is there a few people there? I'm just going to stop there. Just kind of...
It's a bunch of nerds. It's a whole bunch of scientists, I'm sure, like a scientist convention, a.k.a. a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
With a bunch of letters after the last name, I'm sure.
Right. PhD, ST.
Distinguished people.
Yes. All right. And then, so let's move on. The next one is... Here, let's go with another one of Jason's here. So, this one, Jason, go ahead and talk about this story. That's Raphael, by the way, if y'all aren't, Ninja Turtle fans.
I was a big Splinter fan. I thought he was kind of the villain.
But he wasn't a turtle,
He's a
though.
rat.
Well, he was a rat, but...
Dirty rat.
Exactly. So a Pennsylvania man was accused of trafficking thousands of turtles, and he was arrested. So I'm going to let my co-host share maybe what their thoughts are on this.
I think that anytime you traffic turtles, you're running the risk of jail time. I know that anytime I've trafficked turtles, I always make sure to put them in the tires. So, that way, if I'm pulled over, they would have to slip my tires open in order to see the turtles that I am transporting.
This may be a dumb question, but why are they trafficking turtles? Are they making soup out of them?
Why? Yeah, that's a good question. Why are they trafficking turtles,
I think the
Jason?
context, just so the audience knows, is it was a rare turtle, and I think they were valuable. So that's kind of the rest of the story. When I was young and it would rain out, or we'd be on a highway, my mom and I would pull off to the side of the road and actually rescue turtles.
I've done that before.
We'd pick them up and take them off the road,
Yeah.
because they're so slow they can't make it across the road.
You know who, and I'm sure that she's watching, but you know who would most definitely do that? Melissa.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're watching, Melissa, we love your love for animals.
So the main question that I have that I was kind of doing my research today, and it just really popped into my head. So was this guy pumping his unleaded gas like the 87 at a Shell station when he was pulled over?
Hold on. Do I have the? But I can't remember which one it is. We're not using headphones today, so I'm not sure. I think it's this one. We'll know. All right.
Well, no.
I'll edit out the other ones. Okay. So what's your take on this turtle trafficking? Do you guys think this is an ongoing problem that we need to be concerned about, the trafficking of these turtles?
I mean, I literally have like those follow bracelets at home to follow turtles in the water.
No,
So.
that is actually super cool. Explain to the audience what you're talking about. I was going to purchase one of those for a family member.
So there's these bracelets that you can get they have them for all kinds of different animals. And so the animal has like a GPS tracker on it. And they send you a card with your specific animal's name, and then you download an app, and your bracelet tracks this animal. So I have an elephant one, and to deter poachers, it actually has it 4 months behind. So I can see like that day where the elephant was like 4 months ago, which I like because I don't want them poached, even though it would be kind of cool to see where they are at the exact moment. But like there's some for turtles, there's some for sharks, and like depending on the animal, like some of them are actually like live tracked if they're not endangered.
So another ponder that I had today, fellow co-host, was a guy a struggling author that wanted to write a sequel to The Tortoise and the Hare? Is that why he maybe was trafficking turtles?
I suppose anything's possible.
Slow news day, just in case you can't tell in my house.
Man, you guys remember doing current events back in the day in school, like where you had to like bring a clipping
Yes.
of a newspaper and everybody talked about it? That was my favorite day. I love that.
Why? Because you bring something weird.
Well, everyone would.
See, I don't remember anyone ever bringing anything weird, and now I kind of wish I could go back in time and find like the weirdest news story ever.
It's such a missed opportunity,
Right.
I was like show and tell, bringing the most minuscule thing in, because everybody had the latest, greatest Barbie doll or the latest, greatest sports figure. I like bringing in random stuff. I don't even know what an example of random.
You know what my favorite
Pet
thing
rock.
was that I brought in for show and tell that you could never do now? I brought in my cat.
Really?
Yes.
I remember I brought in I got a ventriloquist puppet for Christmas with a little pull string, so it's mouth.
Those are so creepy.
Yeah, it was I think it was Hardy. It was like one of the like Laurel or Hardy. It was one of those.
Nick, I'm going to offer you a challenge that our audience would love to see. Even if we can't see it on video, you can still picture this as it's going on. So the challenge I have for Nick, or Crystal, or other co-hosts, would be, I want you to act as if you're the ventriloquist by not moving your lips and saying maybe a 30-second sentence.
Okay. I love to do this podcast with Jason and Crystal sitting to my left. If you can see my lips moving, then you can't.
You are so bad at this.
Hey, if you didn't know, that was me.
Big shocker.
That wasn't a soundtrack. That was actually me.
That was Vince the ventriloquist.
I don't think I'm any better at it.
No, your word.
It's harder than it looks. Guys. Sorry.
I also have my tongue pierced, and so it like makes it weird.
Although random, it's kind of a fun exercise. Sorry to issue you a challenge to set you up to fail, but you did a good job with it.
Thank you.
Did a good job with
Thank
it.
you. I was a good sport.
Yeah,
Right?
you're good. You're good. Good humor with it.
Talking about that poaching thing, though, I think poachers get a bad name. Some of them.
What?
Because I'm not talking about clubbing baby seals, but if it weren't for them going over and killing the elephants and stealing their tusks, how would we have pianos? Isn't that what the piano keys are made
They
of?
could make them out of something else. Don't start with me. I love elephants.
I'm
I
just
love
kidding.
elephants.
I'm
I don't want
just
to make
kidding.
her too mad, but
If he's not on next episode, I don't know what happened.
Well, hey, if you don't get me, Melissa will.
I don't want to make one of our
Good.
co-hosts too mad. But I know
Melissa, we're gonna gang up on him.
I know when you go to the state fair, there's normally a booth that sells. There's normally a booth at the state fair that sells elephant ears. But I don't think they're poached. I think those are made out of dough.
They are, and they're good as.
Yeah, they're just churros that are shaped like elephant ears.
But they accept dough in the form of money to buy them as well. So
I think it's actually pancake batter. Same with funnel cakes. I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea. I've never made one. But they're really good.
They are good. I'm hungry. We're all hungry too.
I know. Now I want an elephant ear.
Exactly.
And some ice cream.
Okay, so on to, let's do the. Oh, we already did the naked guy, didn't we?
Yeah, tell them about the Cash App guy.
The Cash App guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So this dude. Now, normally we would black out names, but this guy tried to scam me. But if I'm sure that many of you have gotten these kind of things, and I still don't really understand what the angle is, because even if I gave you my Cash App, I mean, like, what are you going to do with that? You don't have my login info. You don't have my password or anything like that. So anyway, so this guy, he's like, hey, if $5,000 was deposited into your Cash App account, what would you do with it? Don't get offended. It's just a random question. I want, and people are all the time sending me messages like this and telling me they want to bless me. And so and so, I mean, I just figured this would stop him in his tracks when I responded with hookers and blow. So, I'm obviously,
He's telling the truth.
no, I'm not.
I think my response would have to be on something like that. $5,000 is way too much. I'd like to have $57.38 in a random allotment of coins. That's how I'd have to respond.
But that's
I'd
hard
like to
do
have tree
digitally.
fitty.
Yeah, I know, right?
Digitally,
it's like,
that can be a challenge.
or does somebody really just sit there and be like, "Hey, that's a great offer. I'd like you to have my Cash App. Here's my information."
So
So,
from
I mean-
this is from what I understand, I guess what they do is they pretend to send you money, and it somehow it shows it's pending, and then they're like, "Oops, it was an accident. Send it back." And so you send them money, but their money they sent you never goes through, so then you're out of money. But even if someone did that and they're like, I accidentally send you money, I would be like, that's too bad.
So it's like the old eBay PayPal scam where they're like, hey, if I they always want to offer you more. They're like, hey, if I give you double your asking price, can you ship this?
Exactly.
Can you ship this directly to me? And then what they do is they're like, okay, what's your PayPal email address? And then they send you this stupid email that looks like it's from PayPal that says you've got money. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at my PayPal account right now. There is no money in here. So, yeah.
I don't know. The things people fall for, please just don't give out your information, any information at all. And the worst is, so now a lot of times people are getting on Instagram and they're like, hey, and they'll, be like, hey, I need your help logging back into my account, but it's actually a scammer that scammed your friend's account, and then they keep doing that and scamming my daughter. Unfortunately, she's a teenager, so she didn't know better, and it was coming from her friend's account, so she didn't know, and she's like, give me this code when I send you a text. And then my daughter got hacked, and the people on her Instagram account kept asking me and other people for money.
Yeah. Not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. Don't be taking advantage of kids, especially.
Right?
I'm missing one of mine. A couple of mine.
Because you were so focused on ours, you didn't put yours on there.
Yeah, well, that, and I was focused on getting that YouTube live studio up, but apparently my sound card is a dinosaur, or graphics card is a dinosaur, and it wouldn't work.
Well, we can tell everybody about the pepperoni and cheese pizza.
Yeah, let's do that. And hey, and you know what? If you want me to have a better sound card, send us money. You know what I mean? We'll take money. You can Cash App us.
I was gonna say we'll give you his Cash App.
Yeah, I will give you. In fact, I'll put that sucker right on the screen.
SD card, bam. Money starts flowing in.
I'll give you my Venmo.
Okay, so this next one, Crystal, her name's Presley.
Yes.
Okay, and I believe she might be watching right now. If not, we'll tag her in the live stream.
Yeah, she knows this is coming. She's okay with this. So.
Okay. All right. So we'll set this up before I.
Okay. So we have a local pizza place in town called Panuni's Pizza and Wings. It is owned by my friend and my lovely piercer, Chris Summers. So anyway, Presley is one of the managers, and she was doing a really good job, and Chris likes to mess with her, and so he decided to make a pizza after her called the Pressaroni and cheese, and he posted it in Brownsburg chatter, in like 3 different groups in town and all over his social media. It was hilarious. And so where the pepperonis are, those are different pictures of Presley's face, which you can see if you go on YouTube.
Hey, there you go, Presley. Shout out.
Yeah, hi, Presley.
We'll have to have her and the pizza on sometime.
I think that's some very creative marketing in today's world. I think it's shows the creativity. I think it was probably a hit. And
Everybody loved it. And then the best part was in the comments. He posted a video of her finding the post, and she's freaking out. And then he's like, "What's the matter? It's a Pressaroni and cheese." And she goes, "What the?" And then you hear a dog bark sound.
That's good stuff.
It was fantastic. Yeah, they have really good pizza. So if you're hungry and you're around Brownsburg, check out Panini's Pizza and Wings.
All right, so this one, I thought our assignment was we were each supposed to pick out 3 funny or weird or just some kind of social media post to kind of clown on. So, which actually was the original focus of this podcast before we came across this lovely lady over here. So, oh yeah, we're not on screen here. Now you can, hold on. Now you can wave.
Oh, that's me.
There you go. Okay, so this was on Facebook. It says, "Why does everyone in Indiana only talk negatively and bitch and moan over everything? I swear, there is not one happy, positive person in this shooter-ass state." So I just thought this was funny because of the irony and the fact that he is being extremely negative about everything, including Indiana. I think Indiana is pretty dope. Like, I mean, when I was a kid, I couldn't wait to move. I can't say that I wouldn't still like to live somewhere else. But, I mean, Indianapolis has got a lot of cool stuff to do that, once you're over 21, a lot of little hidden gems.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, as much as I like miss Washington, I'm glad I'm raising my kids here because it's definitely a great state to raise your kids in. And what this reminds me of is all the people complaining about Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. And it's like, I saw people complaining about Taylor Swift more than I actually saw Taylor Swift.
Are you a big T-Swizzle fan?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't dislike her. I don't like her. I'm just indifferent. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't care.
Jason's a big-time Taylor Swift fan.
He's a Swiftie. He asked me to do a tattoo that says Swiftie for life on his back.
Easy. I'm indifferent. I think it's cool that the celebrities like Shaq recently commented and got a picture with her. I respect her talent. I don't know any of her songs, to be honest with you.
You definitely have to respect her. I mean, that girl has been writing original songs since she was like 9, right? I mean, I don't know how old she was, but I mean, forever. Original songs, doing her own choreography and all that. So you got to respect that.
She's one of the most popular women on the planet. Like, you can't deny that. Like, she's done something right. Like,
I would say the marketing aspects and getting her name out there. I mean, everything she does turns to gold, really. I mean, she's talented. Like I say, I don't really know her music.
Right.
And I think what cracks me up about her is there's younger folks that like her and older folks that like her, which is kind of rare in today's music, in my opinion. There's all ages would be in that crowd if you decided to attend a concert.
Yeah. Yeah, her music's not really my thing, but like, leave the girl alone, man.
What's with the have you guys seen the mostly on Facebook, but since we're talking about social media, have you seen the social media posts about Taylor Swift, like saying that she's like a Satanist or whatever? Like,
no, I thought they were talking about that one. What's her name?
Or a witch, or both.
They weren't talking about Taylor Swift.
Yes, they were. I wish I had the post now, but yeah, no. Like,
what is her name?
I mean, they say all of them are like, in order to be famous,
it was
apparently you have to join the Illuminati and like,
it was the one
worship Malik and
the one singer who was wearing the upside down cross at the Super Bowl. I can't. I'll have to look it up.
But I definitely saw one of those on for Taylor Swift.
That's
So
weird.
I don't know if. I mean,
I remember they said that about Katy Perry for a long time too.
yeah. I mean, they kind of and Lady. I've heard about Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
you know,
like someone's always a Satanist. I'll be the next one. It's okay.
But I mean, like the whole. I think the whole premise is like they sell their soul to become famous is what the conspiracy theory is. You know, like they join the Illuminati or whatever.
Okay, I won't be the next one.
Yeah. I actually got an email one day asking me if I wanted to join the Illuminati.
Did you join?
I'm an honorary member.
Well, where's all of the Illuminati money?
I cannot discuss that with you.
Well, you're telling people about Cash App when you're in the Illuminati.
That's part of it, man. What do you think?
That's how they get all their money.
That's right. That's how we get funded is all through all these Cash App scams. You know, like it's all about.
You hear that? It's the Illuminati messaging you, trying to get your Cash App.
Yeah, yeah. So unless you want to support the Illuminati, which you totally should, if you unless you want to support the Illuminati, then don't fall prey to these Cash App scams. Wouldn't you say?
Solid
Would you
advice.
agree? Would you agree, Jason?
Solid advice.
I kind of want to join the Illuminati.
No, you don't. they make you drink baby's blood, is what I understand.
But do you get to be a billionaire like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, and all that adrenochrome from the baby's blood is supposed to make you young forever, I guess.
Well, there we go. Sounds like a good deal.
No, we are not pro sacrificing babies.
No,
Definitely
we love
not.
babies.
We like kids. It's grown-ups that we hate. We can sacrifice them. but
Yeah.
not children.
We love children and animals, the innocence.
It sounds creepy.
Does it sound creepy? I just mean once they're like
the innocent one.
once they're grown and terrible people, we don't like them anymore.
All right, are we out of stories?
I think so, because you had like nothing. You were the least prepared out of all of us.
You want me to sing?
Yeah, sing us a song. Sing "Wind Beneath My Wings."
Absolutely not.
Do some
Smelly
Eminem.
cat, smelly cat.
What?
What are they feeding you? Smelly cat, smelly cat.
It's not your fault. I sound like Phoebe when I sing, so it would probably work out.
Then you do it.
No.
Come on.
I cannot sing at all. It's so sad. Well, I've had a chronic cough for about 6 months and 9 months, 18 months. Yeah, it's been a long time. It has been 18 months. So my voice is a little different. That's why it's all raspy. It's not normally like this.
Like when Phoebe gets sick and then she's like,
I'm so sexy.
that bitch sounds good.
Right? And then she got mad. She lost her sexy voice. We should just do a podcast talking about Friends.
Yeah, I don't know if Jason would want to be a part of that. Would you? Do you know?
I just don't have
Any friends? Well, that's why we should do it. Oh, and I think we should have had more. I thought we could go on and on about these things, but we should have had more social media posts. But if you have any social media posts and you'd like to send them in for a part 2 of this at some other point in time, you can email them to us at mosaicminds37@gmail.com. mosaicminds37. The reason that I chose 37 is because that's how old I will be in about 5 years. Don't pan over this way. Don't look at her. Actually, I'm pretty sure I had one more. Let me look. It's not your fault. Oh, this one. I didn't understand. This was more because I just wanted someone to explain it to me because I didn't understand it.
All right, let's see.
And maybe I'm just naive.
I want to see this.
So it says, dating someone who would have sold you back in the day is crazy to me, but carry on. Really? This would be what they would call reverse racism?
I guess.
I don't know. Some people say that's not a thing.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
That's probably a good idea not to get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And can I also say that in 2024, like looking at anybody in a relationship who are like different in any way, like it just baffles me.
Yeah.
Like, why are interracial relationships still like so weird?
In another 100 years or so, everyone's gonna be the same color.
We're all gonna be mixed.
You know what I mean? Like
Everyone's gonna be a beautiful mix, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, I totally agree. There was actually we haven't been out, but there was a girl that I was talking to on one of the dating sites, and like she's like, I don't know if I want to go there because like I think people might. I don't want to be the only person of color there, with coming in. But I mean, I guess, but then again, I'm a white male, so like I don't consider things like that.
Right.
I don't know.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You should count your lucky stars.
Yeah. Us white men, we have been oppressed for generations.
I know, it's just sad. It's their turn, right? Come on, ladies, let's step back and just let the men have their turn now.
God, that sounds like a really bad porn.
Come on, let's let the men do their thing. Or it could be a really great porn.
For the man.
Right?
Or just, maybe a good date.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing.
I don't know. All right, well, I think it's time to wrap this up. But again, hey, thank you so much for watching. And if you could please, if you are watching, that means you're watching on YouTube. So if you could please subscribe and like it, and then, click on the little bell there, and that will let you have notifications of when we are up and running, when the next episode drops, which, by the way, the episodes drop every Tuesday. I know on my promo that I posted before I said Thursday, but that was wrong. But yeah, so they drop every Tuesday at 5 a.m. And
if you know anyone who would be a great guest for our podcast, send us a message on social media or an email and tell us who and why, and like maybe like what their thing is or what's interesting about them and how to reach out to them.
Yeah, or if you think that you are an interesting cat and you have like something that you want to promote, like let's say that you're like Crystal over here and you secretly write novels and publish them. If you want to promote that novel, and
I have somebody for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it J.K. Rowling's?
No, it's my lovely friend Tina, hi Tina, if you're watching, probably not, but I'm going to tag you and try to have you on because she would be a great guest. She does like panels and stuff regularly. So
we're also going to we talked about doing some man on the street kind of stuff, because I just think that would be cool, like going downtown and just interviewing some random people,
like Humans of New York style.
Yeah, I mean, we could almost do that for every single episode, just kind of get their take on whatever it is or was that we talked about, and then put that at the beginning of the episode or at the end.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
Good idea.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll have an episode coming up with at the pickleball court. We'll be for if you're on TikTok, then you'll be able to see it live. But we're gonna broadcast from. Is it Go West? We're gonna broadcast from Go West Sports. Jason, I'll let you talk about that a little bit.
Be at Go West Sports. We're gonna do a little video. Fastest growing sport in the world. We're all three gonna play a little bit, so you get to laugh at us, have a good time. Should be interactive.
Yeah, Jason took me and my kids there. God, it's been like over a year ago now, right?
It has.
But it was a lot of fun. And for someone like me that is not in the best cardio shape, it's not nearly as intense as being on a tennis court and having to run way back and forth. It's kind of like a giant ping. It's like you're on the ping pong table, kind of.
So I've never even seen pickleball, so watching me play it might be hilarious.
The hardest part is all the rules.
God.
Like knowing who's serving next and what to call. Like you're supposed to call stuff out, which you'll have to remind.
Do we have to follow rules when we play?
No, we'll just hit the ball.
Okay.
Good. And it's basically. Wouldn't you say it's basically kind of like a big ping pong paddle, and then like sort of like a wiffle ball,
Yeah,
right?
very accurate. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And I think we actually might have the guy that taught me. Well, Jason taught me, but the guy that helped Jason teach me and my kids how to play, Eric, I believe is his name, right?
Should be interactive, yes.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have him on it as well at some point. Guy's a real nice guy, and he's got some side hustles and some businesses also that he might want to promote. So we'll look forward to that. All right. So again, thanks for watching. Do all the little thingies, the subscribes and the podcast reviews and all that. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
Bye.